We have taken over the sound of the Alpha Syndicate.
Drop the beat on this joint.
This is the Gumbo Cafe
with your hosts, Shani and Diyah.
What's up, everybody? What's going on out there in Blog Talk world? Yes, what is up? Now, you know what, Diyah? I really think that people are listening to the show. I do know that. Thank you guys who are listening, who have been chiming in and downloading the podcast. You guys have really amazed us with the downloads that you're doing, because Diyah and I would never have expected this many people to listen to the stuff that we have to say. But that little part where it goes, it's alive from Young Frankenstein. I've been watching the commercials lately, and I'm like, somebody used that in a car commercial. They've been watching us. They've been watching. It's a man, girl. It's a man. Welcome again, you guys, to the Gumbo Cafe. The number is 347-838-8420. If at any time you want to chime in, press the number 1. Diyah, last week we had a lot to talk about on some heavy topics, correct?
Yes, we did.
And what did we talk about?
Last week we talked about a little bit on sex and mostly about abortion and not just your average conversation whether it's right or wrong. I mean, deep down on how the process goes and things that happen after work, the things your body goes through, what you go through mentally, spiritually, and physically, or what friends ignore to tell you before the process, how some doctors are. We went deep.
Right. So we, you got to deal with us tonight. If our mic is tripping really bad, just let us know. But ain't nothing she going to do about it. She just going to tell you, screw you. But anyway, because I done told her already, trust me. But, yeah, last week's show was about abortions and how to deal with it. And still, ladies, for those who are listening, if you still want to contact me, my door is always open. The email is maylodi@yahoo.com, or on Facebook, facebook.com/S.Fenderson1, and inbox me there, because that is a topic that we do want to help women out with who are dealing with the truth about abortion and what you've gone through. And really it's for the women who've gone through it. And when I say women, I say 18 and older, because teenagers are doing it too, y'all. And they are considered 18 by adults by the age of 18 by clinics. So, those are the people that I'm talking about. Also, you can contact us. We have a new page up, thanks to Diyah. Yay! It's the Gumbo Cafe. It's facebook.com/the Gumbo Cafe. Go ahead.
Go ahead, what?
Oh, I thought you said something.
Oh, no, I didn't.
Oh, okay. Facebook.com/the Gumbo Cafe. And then we're also on Twitter. What's the handle there? I forgot. It's at him, the at symbol. You guys know.
At the Gumbo Cafe.
Yeah, at the Gumbo Cafe. And then the YouTube channel, Dee and I were discussing this the other night, what we will be doing with YouTube, and we'll have, is it Saturday nights?
We haven't we haven't totally agreed on Saturday night, so I guess we might as well agree on it now.
Yeah, I thought we did. Saturday nights we will be doing outside of the Gumbo Cafe, more like a leftover show from the things that we discussed. You know what? The things that we discussed.
Things that disgusted the hell out of us.
Yeah. The things that have disgusted us. We'll discuss that on a live YouTube. What do they call that? What is that called?
Hangout.
Yeah, Google Chrome Hangout, but it'll air live at the same time on YouTube. But, yeah, it is Google Hangout. And really that's pretty much it for cleaning up some of the stuff. And then It's hot out here, y'all. I'm trying to bear with me. It is so hot here in Texas. But anyway, we figured since last week's show was very heavy, we wanted to help you guys out a little bit and some of y'all lying women tonight on the things that we tend to, not we, excuse me, but the things that women lie about. You know what I'm saying? But before we do that, Diyah, what did you do this weekend?
I went mostly school shopping. Even though homeschool, this was the weekend where it was tax-free, so I bought a lot of school supplies. So I was able to I went and saved up and got all that out the way, and then we hit the beach. Yes, we did. Yes. Then we got rained on.
That's what happens in your lovely state down there.
And
apparently, she's still boycotting oranges. No, actually, she's not boycotting oranges. She's pro-orange.
I am pro-orange. I'm actually about to take down the oranges because it's football season. No one cares after once football season hits.
Oh, yeah. That's when she's going to boycott football. And she has so many things to say about football that she does not like. I mean, sometimes, I love my girl. I love her to death. But some of the things that she talks about when it comes to sports, she'll talk about basketball and clown why basketball is not a good sport. And she'll call, clown football, talking about men running around in them tight pants chasing after a ball. She's sitting there bent over, you know where she's going. Tennis, pool, I mean, anything you can think of, this girl is dissing like there's no tomorrow. Girl, you must not have football players in your family.
No, not professional football players, but like high school and college years.
Were any of them gay?
And because they hit it very well. Because I used to call them too.
Oh my gosh! See,
as far as I know, they were straight whores. But that's another story. But wait a minute, I did good last year. I didn't clown that much last year. Just want you to know that.
You actually did good. And if you guys again follow me on Facebook, because she was getting a kick out of my commentaries. Because I do the typical female commentary so the other females will get it who aren't watching football. And it's just basically a bunch of ramble, but it's funny and cute. It really is. And welcome guests in the chat room, 15368. I got my glasses on. I can see. And if at any time... At any time you want to call in, go ahead at 347-838-8420, and we're going to hit the topics that's been in the news. Diyah, go ahead and play that Stevie Nicks, Tell Me Lies, please, girl. Okay, everybody. Don't think just because we're black, we're not cultural. We don't understand that there's other music out there. Y'all know that was Stevie Nicks. Man, that's one of my... I was back here singing. I had it on mute, but you couldn't see me sing.
I almost choked on my water.
That was the jam back in the 80s. Stop it. I see you, T. Criddle, in there, and good thing you hadn't called, because I'm going to tell you right now, go Texans. You know, he and I, we go back and forth all the time about the Texans and the Cowboys. He's a true Cowboy fan. Yeah, Facebook fight. I see you typing, baby. For those who want to call in, the number is 347-838-8420. T. Criddle kind of got me hyped already in the chat room. And then, of course, tell me live. Girl, there's some stuff that, yeah, I am just wrong. I know it. I am so wrong. Some stuff in the news, as always, and tonight's topic is basically telling you guys that we do, well, not we again, females lie. I'm sure y'all already know that, right? Y'all already know that. Y'all already know that.
Wait, did you hear the first line, though? The first line was a neck roll and no beef belt. I know I don't. That was the first line right there. I heard it in air. Oh.
It's all right. Whatever. Whatever. Go
right.
Texas. Go Texas. But the first article is about, it was on CNN, and it's, can men and women just be friends? And I posed a question in our group there on the Gumbo Cafe on Facebook, and I said, can men and women really just be friends? I think the article question stopped there for a reason in the title, which is true, because, you know, women don't just stop at a question or a period. Our minds are constantly going. You know what I'm saying? So I said the question that should have been asked without being deceiving, because with that period there, it is kind of deceiving, or the question mark. I said, do women have male friends just for companionship, or do they keep the men around for something else besides a conversation?
Now, you know I can play devil's advocate on this one.
Go ahead and play the advocate. See, that's why I don't like sharing articles with you in advance, but go ahead.
No, the reason I'm playing devil's advocate is because of my life. Now, it ain't got nothing to do with the majority. I understand I'm not the majority. I understand I am a minority of probably 0.2. But in saying that, had that been in the chat room, in saying that, you know, I do believe it is possible, depending on the type of female that you are. It's possible to an extent, I will say that.
Okay.
But for the majority, I don't believe it. For the majority, no, I don't believe it.
Right. And that's what we talk about here on the Gumbo Cafe. You know, I'm having to tell myself over again it's the Gumbo Cafe and not the Sea Cafe. But anyway.
Bleep in there to help you remember. You bleep, bleep, and bleep.
Yeah, right. But the thing is that Diyah is right to an extent. After a female is in her rightful mind, actually when she becomes a lady.
I love how you said it.
I'm just saying. When she's not lying to herself, she does have the potential to be someone's friend, but again, to a point. Because we know men. We know that y'all always got something extra going in your mind. But like last week on Greg's show, we were talking, no, it was Steve? Yeah, it was Steve's show. He was talking about cuddle parties and something that they do, I guess, in Chicago, where the guys and women are hugged up to each other, and the guy has to ask the woman if it's okay for him to touch her forehead. And
a cuddle party? That sounds dumb as hell. A cuddle party?
Cuddle party, girl, yes. They have mattresses set up in the middle of this tent, and guys and girls go out there to cuddle.
Oh, I just had the Boondocks in my head.
All I saw was porn. That's all I heard. You know.
No, I was thinking when Grandpa opened that restaurant, they had mattresses in there. I'm thinking they all hugged up and fat as hell and can't breathe.
How you doing? No, but really, yeah, they have cuddle parties.
Okay.
trying to be good. It's not going to
I'm
happen.
only trying because my mic is messed up a little bit, so I don't know how long it's going to last.
Yeah, because you do sound like you underwater. But y'all in the inbox, if it does sound like she's cleared, let me know. Let us know so that she'll be okay and I'll be okay as well. But if she does sound like she's under...
I said I don't give a damn either way. So you'll be okay.
Yeah, so I'll be okay. But, hey, I care about the people. But... But the thing is, I lost my train of thought again. But yeah, okay, females do, some females use guys for I don't know what she's laughing at. Some guys do use, okay, some women do use men for extra things. It's not like, you know, like I was saying on the show the last time, it's hard for a female to just be a friend, because, especially a single female, because she has an intention. Of course, there's going to be a guy that she puts in friend zone. However, the guy that she's after, that she claims is a friend, she has an intention, and that intention is to get what she can out of him. Same thing with the guy that's in a friend zone, actually. She's using him to, you know, appease her, cuddle with her, boost her ego, exactly. Yeah, she's using him to boost the ego, to make her feel good, so that she'll have the power to go back out there again and approach that guy that's a dog, or approach this person that's no good for her, but he's there for something. And then sometimes she's that same type of female that will say, oh, my gosh, I cannot pay my bill this month. I don't know what I'm going to do. Can you help me with my bill? Or she really won't even say that. She'll just be like, and dude will ask what's wrong automatically. Well, you know. Yeah. Yeah, while she's in the new shoes, while she just got her hair done. I'm just having a hard time trying to make ends meet. I don't know what to do, and she'll bring in the crying, the tears, and stuff like that. And the friend, being that friend guy, because his ultimate goal is still try to hit it, you know, try to get some from this chick he's staying around. He'll, you know, reach into the pocket. How much you need? I'll send it to you. Or hold on, I'll go drop it off for you. And again, this is not a lie. This is stuff that happens, fellows. And ladies, y'all know I'm talking about it because we've all done it. I've done it. Diyah, have you done it?
I done it. I didn't lie about it. Nigga, I need my bills paid. What you gonna do?
Oh.
All right, well, I was like that. Oh, well, I need to make that phone call. I'll let you in a minute. I didn't lie about it.
You didn't lie about it. Okay. Well, see, you're a different type of female again. Oh, my gosh. Sometimes, can you just roll with the punches?
I will when they swing my way. That wasn't swinging towards me. I didn't know
it was coming. Anyway. You love doing it on purpose. But, yeah, so can men and women be just friends? And this article is saying that they can, but it apparently, was it written by a woman? Was it the story told by a female?
You know what? I don't even know. I need to go back and look.
I need to go back and look, too, because if it was a female, that female was continuing to lie.
It sure was.
Yeah, there's no way in heck that I have seen, right, without the women wanting some sort of attention or the ego boost or whatever you want to call it. Okay, anyway, enough of that story. Another story was Utah beauty queen, 18, and 3 friends arrested for hurling homemade bombs at houses. Chick in Utah, she's a beauty queen. Okay, does beauty make somebody feel positive about themselves?
I'm going to say no, because a lot of the beautiful women that I know are physically beautiful and mentally retarded as hell. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to say no. I have a question about this. They said she was a beauty queen and she was obviously still running in a pageant. Don't they have curfews? Aren't they supposed to make sure that their eyes are not puffy in the morning? What the hell? Who watches?
Have you seen beauty pageants? They're not that huge, first of all.
No, they're not that huge, but normally to the parents, the parent who never made the beauty pageant who's putting their child through the beauty pageant, it's huge to them.
Yeah, she's 18. Did your mom tell you something at the age of 18? Were you listening?
I didn't listen at the age of 9, but okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, somebody, I just got an inbox saying that it sounds like your mic has a short in it.
It might. Dang it.
Yeah, thank you so much, Miss Watt. I hear you, boo. Yeah. But, yeah, beauty does not compensate for the lies that we tell ourselves as women. I mean, when you really think about it, whatever we put any emphasis on, we're putting emphasis on material stuff. It doesn't define who we are as an individual. I mean, you could buy a pack of Remy. What is it people say now? Oh, I have 2 packs of Remy. Girl, I got this Remy in my hair. You spent a couple of G's. Oh, I'm sorry, you got a bootleg. So you got a bootleg for $500 to get your hair done. But, yeah, girl, it's Remy. Does that still make you beautiful on the inside? No. Girl, I got to go get my nails done. You went to the shop last week. It's okay. It doesn't matter, girl. I got my nails. They got to look good. Oh, I'm going to go on Tuesday to get my polish changed. What? You mean to tell me Sally Jensen does not sell nail polish and you have to go to a salon to get your nails polished?
You're a natural nail at that. You that retarded that you can't polish your own natural nail.
No, it's artificial. If the nails are artificial, then what? Now, like I said, I do wear my weave. I'm not going to lie. I wear weaves, wigs, hair pieces, my hair. It doesn't matter. But it's a difference because I don't define my beauty in putting myself in pageants and asking for men to tell me, oh, I look good, and posting up pictures to say, oh, Shani, you're fine, or anything like that. If you know me, I'm changing pictures all the time because of my mood.
You sure do.
It has nothing to do with anything else but how I feel for the day.
You got to understand Shani language. When you understand Shani language, you can tell her mood by her picture of the day.
Yeah, you can tell my mood for the day by the picture. Thank you very much. She said it exactly right, and now Criddle's going to know it. He probably already knew it, though. Donna's going to know it. She probably already knew it, too. But, yeah, I change it because of how I feel. If I see something stupid, you're going to see a stupid picture up there. If I'm feeling goofy, you'll probably see the peanuts up there. If I'm frustrated, you're going to see Space Goes Coast to Coast because I see some more stupid stuff going on. Again, it's just depending on my mood. But I'm not the type of person that will go out there and get my hair done every week. Plus, I went to cosmetology school, so I know how to do it myself. But I'm not that person to be out there to say or hear somebody say, oh, gosh, Sean, you're so beautiful. You know, I'm not posting half-naked pictures with booty shots and all that on Facebook. The only picture you see to me where it's from a side angle and it's still not a booty shot is when I was showing the difference between losing weight or actually gaining a healthier lifestyle. But it's not even a booty shot. It's just a side angle of my body from when I went from a size 24 to a size 16. So you still have to understand why I'm on Facebook, people. You know, a lot of y'all are thinking, oh, Shani's on there to boast and brag about what she does. No. I'm on Facebook since day one, same as, well, Diyah wasn't since day one, but our purpose has always been and has not changed from when we first got on Facebook. Mine is to help women who went through the same things or who's going through the same things that I went through, you know, and to give them a voice to say it's going to be okay on this side of it. Even though you're hurting, even though you told yourself all these lies, even though you slept around with so many men, even though you didn't sleep around with so many men, even though you're abstaining, even though it's hard, whatever, that's what I'm here for. Basically, there goes the dog. Basically, that's the purpose of Facebook for me. It's business. It's business, people. I'm not on there to find a boyfriend or a husband. Because if I was, I'd be totally different online. Totally different. Matter of fact, I really wouldn't even be on Facebook because I'd be booed up with my man. How about that? Anyway, enough of that one. I don't know if she's on mute now. But again, this is another article about the Utah beauty queen. I don't know if Diyah is even posting them in the group there. I'll go ahead and post them.
Yeah, you might want to post them. I surely wasn't.
Yeah, she's in a daze. I could tell by her silence she's in a daze.
I'm trying not to cut my dog on air.
Oh, girl, you just mute your phone.
Yeah, I did.
So,
I thought he stopped, and apparently he didn't.
So the other thing is about, are women really that gullible? Do they actually fall for the lies that other women tell them? Or is it something else that they are striving for? Competition, to be better than the next image and celebrity? What do you think? Because this is from the article about, okay, Gwyneth Paltrow, hot yoga popular with celebrity, does not burn more calories, study claims. So all that, that Gwyneth Paltrow was saying that I lost a lot of weight from working out, doing yoga. First of all, yoga is not a hard exercise in the sense to where you're utilizing a lot of cardiovascular activity. Not as much as if you were running. Yoga is really, people, it is a religion. And the purpose of yoga and all those poses are to align your chakras. I'm using words maybe y'all ain't aware of. But that's what yoga is for, to become one with your surrounding and the earth. That's what yoga is for. You want to lose weight? Go running. But anyway, so do you think that women are competing to try to be like this next person, or what do you think?
I think women do. Well, I'm not gonna say I think. I know women compete with other women. I know that for a fact. Women can compete with other women. As far as yoga, you're right. It is a religion. It's also something to be more remember. It is to align the chakras. It's also to open up the energies of the spirit. It's not just a thing to do to be cute. It's not something that you do. Doing yoga alone by itself is not going to make you lose weight. They make you more lumber, but it's not going to make you lose weight. It's not going to happen. As far as women competing with each other, yeah, they do it all day long over stupid stuff. I've seen it done on Facebook for no freaking reason other than a guy who's in a state different from the both of them. Like, it's just dumb. I've had women compete with me for somebody who's a friend of my husband. What the hell is that? Like, I didn't even, and it wasn't until I told them that he's my husband's friend. Oh, okay. And then all of a sudden, her attitude towards me changed. So yeah, women do compete. They compete over the little stupid stuff, over insecurity, because they lead this bull that is a shortage of men, which is a whole other subject in itself. But yes, they do.
Right. And then T. Criddle just said here he found out that women weren't dressing for him, and that's so true, honey.
Thank you, Criddle, because most men won't admit that. Thank you. No, we don't, including me. I don't dress for men.
No.
What you do?
No. And a lot of these women that you see, again, if they're talking about name brands, if they're talking about, I got my Coach bag, I got this, that, and the other. A guy doesn't care about that. What does that matter? It's a bag.
Exactly.
It's something you put your stuff in. He'd rather give you a shopping bag and say, here you go. It's a bag. That's his term, bag.
Exactly.
But
a guy doesn't know cranberry from blood orange. He don't know the difference. To him, it's still red.
Right. And the whole thing is he's not worried about how you present yourself in that manner. If you look good, dress all the way up, that's okay. He's not into the name brands. That's not his purpose or focus. Again, for those who want to call in, 347-838-8420. But yeah, women are in relationships to compete with their homegirl. Because if you're on the job and you hear your homegirl say, girl, yeah, my man did this for me last night and this, that, and the other, and she's saying it, she's strategically saying it to the single female and to the one who has that no good man.
And to the married one, too.
And she's saying it to the married one. But she does it to see the reaction of the other female who's talking to her. Who's listening, actually, because she has full attention. This is her thing now. She's happy. She's got that attention. She's okay. But it's not really about, and I wish your mic was really working, girl. I do. But
you can't hear me?
I mean, I can hear you. It just does sound like you have a short in it. But it's not about she's my friend and I care for her and her feelings. We're talking about not all women, but most women. We've seen a lot of these women do it, again, because we're females and we spot it. So it's to see the reaction on the other woman's face, to feel like she's accomplished something, to beat you up, to make you feel like you're crap. And then that says, when I look at it and when Diyah looks at it, it says that really the person that's standing on the table doing all that shouting and talking and saying how good she feels about her and her relationship, she's got low self-esteem. That's what it really says, and that's what it sounds like. And there is an article that we had came across here this evening. I'm going to read a little bit of it, and we might end up cutting it a little bit short for tonight. But anyway, this is an article by a psychiatrist. I'm not going to tell you who wrote the article just yet. Y'all might think it's a man, y'all might think it's a female, but I'm going to tell you at the end. Because women learn that they are not supposed to be competitive and win at others' expense, their natural competitive spirit cannot be shared openly, happily, or even jokingly with other women. In such situations, when aggression cannot be channeled into a healthy, positive edge, it becomes inhibited and goes underground. What could have been healthy competition becomes a secret feeling of envy and desire for the other to fail, laced with guilt and shame. Thus, what looks like hostile competition between women may instead mask feelings of insecurity, fear of success, and healthy aggression. Women often experts at being tuned in and sensitive to others' feelings, may easily over-identify with other women's insecurities, projecting how they would feel in the other's shoes, and then feeling bad about their own success. Women learn to feel guilty for feeling happy and successful. And with their female friends who may not be having such luck, they may experience their own success as hurtful to their friends. This can make it uncomfortable for a woman to share and enjoy her accomplishments with her female friends. Now, I'm going to scroll down in this article because the other is talking about the comparison between men and women. It says here that women often take care of people emotionally and rely on the approval of others to feel good about themselves. Women's fear of triumph over others may lead to keeping themselves down and even conscious or unconscious subversion. Dependency on other people to maintain self-esteem creates a double bind, impeding women from embracing and using their own edge to achieve success, constrained by internal conflict and over-focus on others' reactions. Many women endure the frustration of being unable to fulfill their true potential in terms of aggression, sexuality, and power. Women's trepidation and ambivalence in the face of their own strength and power often underlies their mistrust of the power of other women. Discomfort with their own power can make women alternate between inhibiting themselves to protect a female friend and feeling mistrustful and helpless in the face of another woman's perceived destructive power. A good example of this is when women whose husbands have had an affair blame the other women more than they blame their spouse, holding the other women more accountable, and seeing men as helpless in the grip of a desirable woman. Autonomy cannot be achieved when actions are based on fear. And without the self-protective capacity to experience anger and aggression, which are part of drive, being able to experience and utilize these states adaptively as different from acting them out in hurtful ways. If women are frightened of aggression in themselves or others and threatened by success, their experience of themselves will be muted, leading to depression. How can women feel comfortable with their own and other women's drive and power without feeling threatened or worrying that their own success will hurt others? And this article came from Dr. Lynn Margolis, psychiatrist, who attended Harvard School, who's a Harvard Medical School faculty member, and has a lot of good articles out here in journals that she's written in regards to women and how we respond to each other in competitive fields. Now, excuse me, what did you, because I sent you the link as well this evening, did you find anything out of that article yourself, Dee? And I'm going to go on mute real quick.
Okay. Out of the article, I don't believe some women hold themselves back to be liked. I believe women push themselves forward to be liked and looked upon on a pedestal. That's my experience. That's what I've seen. I haven't seen a woman hold themselves back to be like the others. I've seen women who, if you got this dress in red, she gets that dress in purple. Or if you've seen this shirt that you like, she done bought two of them and then told you before you was able to go get a shirt knowing that you want it. I've seen two women go out supposed to be friends. One acting like she didn't hear the girlfriend when she said she liked the dude, and she go after the other guy. I've seen that. I've seen women always doing the one-up, where if one buy Payless, the other buy Target. One buy Target, the other one go to Aldo's. One go to Aldo's, someone else go to some high-end name brand. I've seen that. I have seen where they do the one with their boyfriends, where if the boyfriend bought them roses, the other one goes home and complains to their boyfriend, man, or whatever, to buy her chocolates plus roses, and then the other one goes to chocolate roses with the teddy bear, and then the competition goes from there. So men pay attention to that. When women start complaining about what you're not giving to her, it's usually because her girlfriends have said something about what their man is doing for them. And a lot of times they're lying because they had to argue with their man to get them to do it too. I don't be telling you honest. I've seen that way too many times. Excuse me. I hope I sound a little bit better now because I switched to my phone. But
yes, you do.
Okay. So I've seen that way too many times. I've seen, like I said, women can see over the stupidest stuff. I've seen two people fighting because the dude took one to McDonald's and then took the other one to Taco Bell. I'm just trying to figure out which one was better. They're both fast food restaurants. Like in both of them, you get your meal in 2 minutes. Both of them get meals under $5. Like, that's nothing to be fighting over, but I've seen it. So I totally agree. I don't agree with women dumbing themselves down, but I agree on the other end.
Okay, for those who do want to call in, 347-838-8420. Sorry, y'all, back here coughing. 347-838-8420. Press the number 1 at any time to chime in, leave your comments in the board here as well. We see you in the group, Gigi. Thank you for supporting us, sis. Love that and love you for being there with us. And also for guest 15827 for logging in as well. Thank you for coming in. But I will say that the whole thing that Greg or DJ Squid and Steve say is when they're sitting there, again, they're using man talk. So, of course, it's going to sound like it's harsh coming from them to women. But basically all they're saying to us is that they're women who lie. And we would rather beat them down and say that, no, we're not lying, and bring up all these extra things. Whenever a ship goes down, somebody's trying to grab for whatever they can so that they can survive. And guys see that. And to them, that shows them that you're weak. Regardless of how hard you're trying to fight, to them, you've already proved to them that you're weak, and you're lying to yourself and you're lying to everybody around you. They don't care. And this is aside from Greg and Steve and Ryan and whomever else. They don't care about your degrees. Men they're not worried about that. They're not worried about your how well you are at saying you're a mom, because again, you're just talking. They're not worried about anything that's material, because, again, that's material. Material does not define you as a woman. It's who you are on the inside. It's how better you become as a person, which is what I always talk about, how you've changed, what they could see. What's substantial to them is what they could see, and it makes sense because they see it. They're visual creatures. If we know they're visual creatures, then they have to see the action of your words. It's not the words themselves that back you up. Go ahead.
Now, just to say what you said in, I guess, hood terms, men don't give a damn about how you look. I have seen, we've all seen some of the women that get hit on. Men don't give a damn about how you look. They really humble. We already proven, first of all, that women don't get best for men anyway, so that's the start that has to be done with it. Secondly, men like she said, DJ Squid and the Dean and Ronan and the other men, they say key trigger words on purpose. Well, first of all, when they say they don't care, they're being honest because, one, you're not their woman, so they have no reason to care whatsoever about you and your feelings. That's why they say, I don't care. They're being honest. And then they say other key trigger words, and they say them in general and speak of women in general because, obviously, when you throw up a rock in the air, the dog that got hit is the one that barks the loudest. So they say key trigger words to prove to you that you are lying to yourself and you're trying to get them to believe it, and they are receivable from the door. That's all they're doing. That is all they're doing. They're proving. And as soon as you jump, as soon as they say something that you don't feel they said correctly or said it in the right way to please your ego, you just prove their point. When you disagree just because of the fact of how they said it and not what they said, you're just proving their point. It baffles me is that in this day and age, all this woman empowerment and all this independent woman, that you even give a damn what a man says. Like you said, you don't care about your emotions. Why are you trying to make him? He said from the door he don't care. The problem is you don't care about your emotions. You need to care about your emotions a little bit more. You need to go back and find out. You need to go back and find your self-esteem. You care about your emotions more than you care about your actual actions. And that's the problem. When you're sitting stroking your emotions, you got to change your actions so you don't have to. Men see that right away. They see that it doesn't necessarily have to do what you got on. They see it in your walks. They see it in how you talk. You move your lips when you talk, because we all know that one that wants attention move her lips a little too much to show that she can move her lips around for, we all know, for the banana. Excuse me. I got like something stuck in my throat.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm like, it wasn't a joke. I really do.
Oh, wow.
Men see that. Men see when you come by them and just having to toot your butt out a little bit. They're not stupid. Even when I'm saying they're going, damn, they're not stupid. They know you did that for them. So they treat you accordingly. Men see how you, and men also can tell when you do the other face flip where you act like you don't care, but you make sure you're always around for them to see you. They see that. And that's why they call you out on the block, because at that point you became pussy to them instead of white material. So they will call you on your block every time. And then you prove your point by getting emotional and responding emotional. And then when they ask you direct questions, you don't get, first of all, let me go direct question. When a man asks you a direct question and you give them an emotional answer, you just prove their point, period. If they ask you a direct yes or no question and you give them a paragraph, you just prove their point. Because whether it's yes or no, now you feel as though you need to explain so he can emotionally feel when he already told you he don't give a damn about how you feel. It's a simple yes or no question. Plain and simple.
Yeah, they're A and B creatures. We're A, Z, W, 2, 15. It's stuff like that. And if you notice the things, how I respond to people, I write long paragraphs because I know that the people that I'm talking to are women. But when I'm on the phone with Dean and Rhyme, or when I'm on the phone with Greg, Shani, what do you think about this? Oh, it sucks. I mean, it's not that hard to figure it out. They ask a simple question, give them a simple answer. And then if they want to know more, they'll ask, why does it suck? And then that's when you give them the why does it suck. But still, you have to make it sound where you're not losing yourself, but you shorten it, because their attention span is short as hell. and you make it to where it sounds, it sounds okay to where you've expressed everything you needed to express, but not too much with the emotions involved.
Wait, I got to go back for a second. And I am going to contradict you a little bit, because men's attention span is not short, is that they do not care for an emotional conversation. They just want the facts. This is what it is. Okay, why do you say this what it is? Not why you how you emotionally feel, where you get your facts from, what's your experience, not how you felt during the experience. That's how men speak. They don't care that they when you say I cried over a movie last night, they don't want to hear all about what happened in your past life and this is wrong, this emotional thing. Just say you cried because Bambi died. They understand that. They may think you're loony, but they understand that. Keep the answer short. It's not that. It's really not. I keep telling people men are not that hard. They are not that hard. They're not dumb creatures. But they're not hard either. They're not.
They're not hard. It's so easy, and a lot of people look at it as women are being, like myself, subservient or whatever the word is. I use the big word. Dang.
Oh, you use a big word, girl. Don't be doing that.
I use the big word, but it's not that you're looking weak. You know, it's really that you know how to, before we even go any further on to that, we're going to get to the second half. But the thing is that you're listening to him, you're observing, and a lot of times as women, we don't like to observe, and a guy will tell you, y'all don't observe jack. Y'all too busy talking. You don't miss the car crash over there because you're too busy talking. Well, what happened? Oh, yeah, you know, because so-and-so. Did you see the accident? No, I didn't see it. That's all they want to know. And it's not meaning that you've given yourself away completely and you're bowing down to this guy. No, that's not the case, honey. It's just that you're saving those conversations for when they're needing to be asked, or if a guy truly cares about you, he's going to sit there and listen. Because I see it in Diyah and her husband all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And their communication.
He listens, interprets, understands, and then also talks back. Why? Because when he asks the question, we give him direct yes or no. So that leaves him go, okay, yes or no. Now why, yes or no? I want to address the love and light in the inbox only because you just proved our point. You just said women are feeling beings, and that's the way God made us. And obviously that means that would mean God did not make men that way. Now, whether I believe that or not, I'm going to just go based off what you said. If you know men are not that way, why would you talk to him with your feelings? That's what we're trying to tell. That's what we're saying. So you just proved the point where you're giving a feeling-based answer when you speak in man. That's not what he's asking for. He wants the facts. He wants to know how to fix it. He wants to get straight to the point so they can get things done and move on to the next. They're actional beings. We are feeling beings. So when we're talking to them, we have to give them actional answers, not feeling-based answers. And once we do that, then they're going to want to know how to fix it, how to move on with that action. So then they'll dive into our feelings, because then they'll want to know. When you just jump with the emotions from the door, it don't work like that.
Men are emotional, but again, they don't express themselves the way that we express ourselves. We get that. And if you don't care, then maybe you're single.
If you don't care, get out of the chat room. I'm not even in the mood for the ball right now. Seriously, I'm not doing this tonight. If you don't care,
you don't have to talk to her. I mean, you brought her up in the conversation.
Yeah, I brought her up because I wanted to address it because there's other people in the chat room. That's why I want to address it, and she is hopefully is the perfect example of what we're talking about. You're giving emotional responses, and I'm speaking to you in English. And the point was just that. So thank you for approving our point for tonight. Thank you very much. Go ahead, Shani.
Okay, and it goes to this other point that I was looking at. The presentation was hella long, but it said that women try to love men in the way that they themselves want to be loved, instead of understanding, again, the man language. Men want to be loved. They care. No one's saying they don't care. It's just when you prove them right and you want to step into a boxing match with them, they're not going to care about you because now you've approached yourself in the boxing ring as a man. Look at me. And that's what's wrong with a lot of independent so-called sisters. You want to be too independent. You step up in there. Well, that's okay. I got my degree. What? That's okay. I can do this. What? It doesn't matter because, you know, I can handle my family. I'm the mama and the daddy. Ooh, no, you're not. He said you a man and you just said you're a man and a woman. Okay, then come on, nigga, what's up? He's gonna throw the punches to beat you down in front of everybody because he says to you, you're an idiot, and you proved my point. Keep talking, idiot. Keep showing your true colors, idiot. You ain't shit. That's what Steve and Greg and the rest of them say. You ain't shit. Women ain't about shit. And he's talking about those type of women that want to step up into the boxing ring acting like they hardcore when you're not that hardcore, honey. Period. And the reason why the traps, your mouth gets in the way is the reason why you're single. You know, when you're doing all that talking, you're not listening to him. because you want to prove your point, you've already failed. Period. You failed.
Exactly.
And you can't be mad at the man because you showed your ass by wanting to step in the ring and fight with a man. No, you said, I'm going to get up in here and prove him wrong. I'm going to prove him wrong. He ain't about shit. He ain't about shit. Okay, you walked out the ring. You still feeling stupid, sitting at home alone, sucking on that ice cream and whatever else you want to suck on.
How do you prove that a man ain't shit at the end of the day when he told you from the door all he wanted was pussy? He told you that from the door, that's all he wanted. You went about trying to make him something that he never wanted to be. Then all of a sudden, he ain't shit. Well, if that's your definition, ain't shit, why was you left in the first place when he told you from the door he ain't shit? Because that's your definition of what ain't shit is. Told you that from the door. And that's what most men do. They tell you what they are from the door. You don't listen. So they go, okay, now we got to play the little game. So they say what they got to say to get what they want out of you. And then when they're done, they tell you, I told you from the door I wasn't shit.
And see, I have a feeling I don't know who this person is. And
I don't even
you know,
person is.
And the whole thing is to come on in the chat room and be the big bully or acting hardcore or whatever. But until you have people coming to you asking you, what was that abortion like? Can you help me so I can get through that? Until you have somebody inboxing you and saying, how is it I could do better and be better? Instead of fighting all the time, put your guards down and start helping these women instead of sitting there fighting. Because the only thing is, when you're throwing punches, you're only throwing them at yourself, period.
Seriously,
and being real and arguing a lot, that's not being real, honey. Being real is when you become transparent, when you're not hiding behind a whole bunch of different faces on Facebook that aren't even who you really are. Being real is saying, this, I used to sleep around. This is what I used to do. I messed up. Being real is that female that says, I've gone through some hard times in my relationships, but here, little sister, let me help you out. This is what happened in my relationship. I don't want you to be hurt. Here, little sister, let me help you out.
Wow, on everything. She pulled that out. I'm not on Facebook. She was talking in general. Like, you're still proving the point. You emotionally hearing what you want to hear. You are emotionally hearing what you want to hear. Ain't nobody jumped to the conclusion. She's talking in general. And we're not trying to fight you. We're trying to get you to understand the way a man thinks. And we didn't say men don't care. We're saying how to get them to care. So,
right.
But,
and see, like Criddle said, he loves women like that who are more open. That's a man. He's married. He's got kids. He's happy. He loves women who are open and transparent. And if you're a church person, I'm sure they tell you to be transparent all the darn time. Or does the Bible only count when you're feeling down or low? But when you got to face your demons, it doesn't matter. Oh, that's the devil. Sometimes that devil is you. But anyway, we're going to get to the second half because we're not even finished with this topic on how people tell lies, especially women. Go ahead, Diyah. Give us the second half of the show. This ain't Stevie Nicks. This is just another story. Go ahead and play that next one.
Welcome to the Gumbo Cafe with your hosts, Shani and Diyah.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the second half of the Gumbo Cafe. The number is 347-838-8420. The other half
Wait,
of the show.
I think you need to say the number one more time. Just one more time. A little slowly.
347-838-8420. Press 1 at any time. The song that was played was by Slave, Watching You. If y'all, was born in the 80s, you probably didn't hear it, because that's what we was rocking in the 80s. and I see you, Chris.
You fussing my age?
Huh? No, not even. I saw Criddle in there. He said he was doing the Popeye. While he was doing that, I was doing the WAP. You know what I'm saying? So we're getting it in here. 347-838-8420 at any time. Press 1. Now, the first half of the show, we really wasn't supposed to lead into what we had got into, but we're going to go ahead and continue it on this side of the show about the things that women do lie to themselves about in regards of hiding behind their emotions in order to be in a relationship. Go ahead and say something real quick, Diyah, while I look up these little clips that I had not too long ago.
As far as women hide behind their emotions, the main thing is that we've been saying the whole time is men speak a different language. So if you want them to speak your language, you got to also speak theirs. That is the whole point. We are emotional beings. We are beings that feel. So when it comes to a man, you should be able to feel the fact that he wants a yes or no answer. Give him that, and he can understand through your actions that you want to say more, and he can dive into your emotions. It's common sense. It's not that hard. It's very easy. You don't even need to take psychology classes to do it. Just talk to 2 or 3 men, not your girlfriends, because your girlfriend's going to give you more emotional responses about what they think the man is thinking and what they think the man is feeling based off a bunch of men who told them what they wanted to hear just so they can get in their pussy. You got to understand from the man's side. Men say all the time, I've spoken all the time. First of all, if they don't even consider you worthy of being marriage material, they will still have sex with you. They will do that in a minute. But once they put you in that category, they don't care about your emotion. That's the main point. They don't care. So all the emotional responses does nothing. All the little games does nothing. Nothing whatsoever to get them to care.
Yeah.
And I think the bigger picture is being missed. And not all the time. I'll say all the time. I admit it. When I talk, I speak Manglish. That's how I was raised. I was raised around dudes. No, I am not gay. Women are the reason why I'm straight. I'm going to say it again. Women are the fucking reason why I'm straight. Most of them get on my last nerve with this emotional stuff when it doesn't have to be that deep. It don't. It really don't.
Because I'm going to tell you the truth, I don't have a lot of female friends either. I talk to Diyah, but again, like I said earlier, she is married with children. Hopefully people were listening to that. But that was a good segue into these clips that I had gotten. They're not clear. I'm just going to read them. But it was from this guy who used the lady to actually, the lady wrote the book. And I'm going to tell you something, too, speaking of writing books. I hope you do know that Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man was written by a woman. Okay.
They didn't know he had a ghostwriter. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. He had a ghostwriter. But it says here that men talk in order to,
The movie, Act Like a Man, Think Like a Lady. If you pay attention to the movie, at the end of the movie, he shows you that damn book don't work. He shows you that in the movie.
Okay, let's stick to the topic.
But yeah, I just wanted to put that out there so next time you can go back and watch the movie and see how they really match up with the book.
No, it doesn't match with the book at all. It is, like I said, a lady wrote it. Men talk in order to achieve something or reach a goal. Everything that your man does and says is intended to get him from point A to point B. So this is all that we're saying. It's intended to get to a goal and to get from point A to point B. We tell ourselves as females that we got to go through A, B, C, D, and E.
We got to get the dot 1 point F, 1.5 times pi.
And it's. I mean, Gigi, if you want to call in, I see what you also said too. You have a lot of female friends, and you don't have these issues. In regards to what issues, if you want to go ahead and explain those to the listeners, it's all about. I wish y'all would understand that the shows that we do are to get females to a certain point to where we feel better about ourselves. It's not about belittling women. It's not about beating them up and having arguments with the other lady there that wants to have arguments and fighting back and forth. It's not about that. When you're ready to make a change, then, yeah, you can contact us. If you're not ready to make the change, then see us as you want to see us with your rose-colored glasses on. But I had to go through a whole bunch of stuff to get to the point where I'm at now. I mean, I didn't even know Dean, and I came on the show, this first show, and he said, what was it he said? I hate it, but I'm agreeing with the woman. And then he heard me talking. After he heard me talking, he offered us this opportunity here with the Alpha Syndicate because I didn't give him emotions. I gave him direct questions and answers. That's all they're asking for, and they get respect. And if you see him talk about, or if you see Rick Boss, or if you see Greg talk about, and Greg and I have been friends for a long time, if you see all of that, it's because of how we interact with each other and how I respond to their questions. I'm not going to give them a sobby boo-hoo story because I understand they don't have time for that. I understand they don't have time for that. Their mind isn't focused on that. I know that they're busy men. I know that they're married. I know the single guys are busy. I know they don't want to hear drama. They're already getting drama with all the stuff that's going around in the world and in their lives. I understand that. And that's the whole point of all these ladies that we're trying to get you guys to understand on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, whatever. Just listen to us for a moment. Don't fight so hard.
First of all, you're not even
fighting. We want. I'm talking wide, dear.
No, yeah, you're right. You talking women, I'm talking men. Go ahead, my bad. I'll stop.
Thank you. I'm talking wide. Yeah, I'm talking wide. And the thing is, it's to help women get to a point to where they are feeling peaceful about life. T. Criddle's a witness to it. You see, Donna Bennett's been a witness to it. She sees what I talk about on Facebook. I know she laughs at the stuff that I say, but we have an understanding. We inbox each other and we talk about the same things that we see women do. Donna Bennett's married. She's been going through, she's married. She knows what women go through, and she's willing to admit it, and I respect her for that, to say this is what happens, and let's talk about it. I respect the female that comes to me and is honest instead of just fighting and throwing salt and whatever else, because what I'm doing is really not throwing salt. I'm opening up to you. My life is a vessel. Opening up to you, giving you the tools that you need. And I wish every female would do the same, too. And I know we don't talk about the Bible, but if you pick up your Bible and what does it say in Titus 2 and 4, that's Shani. That's Diyah. Titus 2 and 4, if you need to know what it is, that's who we are, because we've known for a long time we didn't have that voice when we were younger. We didn't have the people to listen to us and give us the tools. If you listened to the show last week about abortion, we didn't have people tell us the truth, and we ended up hurting. So the whole thing is to get everybody to open up and to speak with each other. That's all we're asking as women. If we're supposed to have this women empowerment movement, if we're supposed to be so connected and together and love one another, it's not being seen, y'all, because too many people are fighting over foolishness. And when you hear me talking on Facebook, it has nothing to do with emotions at all, because I'm the most sincerest person that you will ever come across. If you need to see my face, see it on YouTube. I'm the most sincerest person ever. I cry at commercials. I'm not typing with an attitude and a whole bunch of caps and cussing you out and saying all this, that, and the other. No, what I'm doing is called reverse psychology. I'm getting you to say, hey, sister, this is what's happening to me. I'm getting you to stop fighting yourself. Like I said, an open book, and we all need to be that way. We're too busy giving in the wrong direction. We're too busy giving into emotion. We're too busy giving into hurt. We're too busy giving into past relationships, but we're not giving to each other. How can we grow as a group of people, as black people, or as anybody who's listening? How can we grow if we're too busy fighting the very cause that's bringing us down, ourselves?
Exactly.
You answer that for me. 347-838-8420. Go ahead, Diyah.
Basically, all I do is ask questions. Simple yes or no questions. And I can tell by your answer where you're at. Just from that, just with simple questions. Simple questions. Basic statements. You know, and from that lets me know exactly where you're at in life. And all we're doing is trying to get you to be honest, which not even try. We're actually getting you to be honest with yourself. We can tell from the answers whether you're denying the truth or whether you're embracing the truth, because there really is no difference. And that's really the whole purpose. Once you claim your truth, I don't care. I claimed my past. I was a hoe. Yes, I was. I was a whore. Yes, I was. I had no problem saying that. I claimed my past. I embraced my past. Hell, I embraced it while I did it, to be totally honest. I didn't play those little games. So I also know the games that women play, the ones that women lie to themselves when they don't need to lie to themselves. Now, that doesn't mean that telling the truth is going to make it easy, no. But if you tell your truth, when you get to the point where you're trying to change your image, you won't have half bag on counting someone after you say, oh, no, you a lie, you still doing this, and this. That's what we're trying to get you to that point where you can embrace your past and use it to the advantage of your future. You can embrace your hurt and turn it into wisdom to help the next person so they don't have to go through what you went through. That is the whole point of it. Now, whether Shani does it, Shani has a way of doing it, and I have my way of doing it. And the reason why we do it differently is because every woman is different. Some women, even though I'll admit a lot of them don't like it, some women need that direct voice. And yes, they get pissed off, but actually inbox where they come back usually months later. I'm not going to lie, it's usually months later. They'll come back, and then they're more willing to open up. And at that point, I normally do push them back off to Shani, but they still come around. Well, now they're open and want to talk, and they're ready to heal. They're ready to open themselves up to another sister who can help them out to heal. But our purpose is to get you to that point so you can heal yourself and start the process. And in the process of you healing yourself, you're opening up and being transparent. And in the process of you being transparent, now you're healing someone else because they see you that we couldn't reach. Just like the person before us saw us that we couldn't reach. And for like I said, for most of our lives, no one was there. We actually had to tap in directly to spirit, period. There was no other thing to tap into. But we know how hard it is when all you have is that prayer and there's no one talking back to you. We know how hard that is, so we don't put that on the other person. We know what it is to sit there and look in your mirror and see yourself as the devil. So, yes, I will play the devil so you can put it off of me so you can get all that frustration out. So now once that frustration off your system, we can move on to the truth. I have no problem playing the devil to do that. You can look at me as the devil. Not a problem. As long as once you're done, you can look in the mirror and say, okay, now it's time to talk to myself. Because no matter what I believe the devil did, I allow the devil to do it to me. That is the whole point, to get you back to yourself, to understand what went wrong. And a lot of times, it's not always your fault. We understand that. But when you're carrying it 16, 15, 30, 40 years later, you created a demon that died a long time ago. When you're still looking at a person as if they did this to you yesterday, you're not married to move on with your life, you created a demon that died a long time ago. when you're still holding on to that hurt and anger that the other person is let go, and you're still waiting on an apology so you can move on, you freeze yourself in time. That person has moved on to their future, and you're free of yourself and gave them all the power because you want to hear one little word that you feel is going to free you. And even when you hear it, I guarantee that is not enough. It never is enough. I'm sorry has never fixed anything. And you still have to work on yourself. After the end, if you get the I'm sorry that you want, you still have to go deep into yourself and start realizing, I've been carrying it all these years for nothing. That's the point we're trying to get to you. And when you realize that, you'll start seeing that I've been carrying this one thing all these years, and I've been projecting this one thing on every person that I've met as if they were the same. And it's time to stop. It's no more. It's time to stop projecting everything out there because it is about you. It's all about you. So stop projecting everything outward and start going inward so that you can be the you want to be, so that you can live the life you want to be, so that you can love yourself the way you demand other people to love you in all the wrong ways. That is the whole point.
Yeah.
That is the whole point of all this.
The whole point is
you sit there and bash women. That is not our job. Our job is to get you to understand yourself, understand where it's coming from. If you're giving us an emotional reaction, we're not looking at the emotional reaction. We're trying to get you to understand where the emotional reaction is coming from and why you're projecting it on us. That's what we're doing.
Yeah. And the lies. And if, again, like our old shows, again, the Sea Cafe, I'm not saying the name, but, and again, if you follow, whatever my word was when I first came on Facebook was accountability. Everybody knows Shani as the accountability lady because I posted, I give you definition, I give you etymology of accountability. When you account for your actions, things will begin to clear up for you. You don't have the weight of the world on your shoulders. When you're open and you start beginning to love yourself, you attract love to you. You know, they call it the power of, what is that? They say a deal with the visuals and stuff like that. What is that called again? I can't think right. The power of attraction. Yeah, but it's with the visual boards. I'm sorry, y'all. It's hot in this car, and I'm trying to keep cool, and I don't have any water. But the law of attraction is, and I'm going to simplify it as much as possible, like attracts like. If you like yourself, you're going to be surrounded by more people that like you. If you love yourself, you're going to be surrounded by more people that love you. If you see yourself successful, more people will be drawn to you, is the word. They're drawn to you. And that's what we want. But when you're too busy fighting against this brick wall and beating the brick wall up, you're attracting the negative part, the negative aspect. You're putting, like Diyah was saying, in short, what she was saying is, you're attracting your ugliness. You're attracting the hate. You're attracting the abuse. You're attracting those dirty words, those attitudes, and everything else. Just look at your own life and see how relationships have happened to you thus far. The reason why they happen the way they are is because every person around you in your life is a reflection of you. If we're 70% water? Water reflects water, right? Come on, let's think about this, people. If water reflects water, water gives us reflection. They're reflecting us at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to change your idea, your concept, who you are from that ugly into something beautiful. And, yes, of course, it takes time. You know, somebody was clowning me, it takes you 11 years. It took you a damn long time to get your motherfucking accident. She was going off on me. And yet she didn't see my heart because her heart was darkened. She saw the emotion of herself. She didn't see me. Because if you know me personally, you know I'm goofy, I'm a nerd, and I laugh a lot. You know, commercials, like I say, I'm crying. You don't see me. And when you see something else, honey, that's a reflection of you. Again, this is in general now. If somebody else, oh, I'm having a bad day at work. First of all, you woke up and you told yourself you're having a bad day at work. So what ends up happening? You get spilled coffee on your blouse. You stapled the wrong stuff. You sent out the wrong paperwork. Your boss is yelling at you. You get a flat on the way to work. You're doing this. You called that to you. What you speak is also attraction. Men ain't shit. Okay, if men ain't shit, then you're constantly receiving that because your audio portion, the vocal half of you, is calling into existence what you want because, again, like attracts like. It's not just as basic as you want to believe, people. It's really not that basic. It's not that difficult. Again, I got to open up some windows. It's not as difficult as you, girl, yes, the windows are not even open. It's not as difficult as you believe. It's very basic and it's very simple. That's what I was trying to say. It's okay. I opened the door. There's a brief.
I say this every time I hear this quote. Well, people, I ain't going to say women because I've had men tell me this all the time. Well, it's easier said than done. And my reaction always is to shut the hell up and start doing it, and then you'll find the opposite is true.
Yeah. All you have to do is really do it. I mean, we have this thing with fear. The same thing that the psychologist was talking about is fear is what holds us back. And when you're afraid to move forward, you're stuck in the position you've always been in. You just got to move. That's the first thing. Even if Donnell, one of the authors that's with the publishing company, she said, all I had to do was just take baby steps. But the thing is, I took steps. That's what you got to do. You just got to take steps. And it might take you 5 years. It might take you 11 years. But you have to ultimately come to the decision that I do want to change, and I'm going to change.
And you may slip up here and there. You slip up in here, but when you slip up, you acknowledge the fact that you slip up, and then you move back on the path that you're on. So when that other person tries to follow, you don't know, that was a slip up. You had nothing really to do with that. It was all about me. Move the hell on. I'm on to this. It's really that easy.
Right. And like Gigi said here in the group, she believes in Invest in the Secret. That's one of the books that does get you there. The Richest Man in Babylon. That's another book. What is it?
I would say The Alchemist. The Alchemist is another great book.
Yes, The Alchemist is another great book. There's plenty of books out there that give you the tools to help you with something better. I see a block call, too. At any time, block caller, if you want to chime in, just press the number 1, and we'll bring you in. 347-838-8420 for those who do want to call in. It's Think and Grow Rich is another one by Napoleon Hill.
Yeah, and there's another as far as womanhood and learning how to be a community, there is the continuum concept, and there is I can't think of the other name of the book. I just read it 2 days ago. If I think of the other name of the book, I'll put it in the group. But there is another book as far as just being a community and being a true sisterhood. Not smile in my face and talk about my shoes behind my back when you know my situation. Not that. Being a true sisterhood. Those 2 books talk about how to be a true sisterhood and how to come together as a community to raise up a generation that's actually a community so we can get somewhere in life. And I'm not going to say it's going to happen overnight, just like the civil rights didn't happen overnight. It took a couple of generations. It took a couple of years. But it has to start somewhere. If we're claiming we're the sisters, strong black sisters, independent sisters that stick together like we claim we are, then our actions need to meet our words, period. They need to meet our words. If they don't meet our words, then there's nothing else to be said.
Yeah. It just hurts me that we lie so much as women, and we want to see other people hurting because we hurt. That's really what I see.
It hurts me to see lie to themselves. I don't care that you lie to me, but it hurts me to see you lie to yourself. If no one else, you should be able to be honest with yourself. You can't be honest with yourself. That's a big problem for you, not for me.
When you're honest, when you're honest with yourself, you won't have the guys like the Steves or the Gregs or the Rhymes coming in at you, because when you're honest with yourself, I don't even need to step in this ring because I'm feeling good about myself. Okay, whatever. You could do whatever the hell you want to over there in that boxing ring with the gloves. Whatever. I'm feeling good about me.
Exactly.
I don't want to step in that ring. Why do I need to step in that ring? And the only reason when you see me jump in, Dee and I used to have it bad. We would have posts. We would jump in on posts in these other groups and pages where it ended up being 500-something comments long, a couple thousand long. And that was a couple of years back. And the only reason why we went in is because we saw the lies. We saw the lies. And it hurts, like I said, it hurts me to see that there's somebody out there who's in pain going through the stuff that I went through, and I want to help them. I want to step in and help them, but they don't want help. And I'm looking at their life, and I'm looking at the road that I have been down, and it's like, baby, you sure you want to go down that road? That road hurts. That road is some hell. You sure you want to go down there? Look, I'm pleading with you. Come on, sister. Come on, friend. Come on, associate. Come on. Look, this is what you're doing to yourself. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. No, don't do it. I have that problem because I'm the one that wants to take care and help them. And when they don't want to take care and help them, they end up hurting anyway. I'm like the sister that protects and gives you the honest truth.
And I'm the sister that will cut you harder so you don't cut yourself down the line later and end up killing yourself. Yeah. Sometimes that person has to be that wall that you run into, even though you're going to cuff off that wall and try to break it down. Sometimes that person has to be the one that stops you from hurting yourself before you do real damage to yourself. Sometimes it has to be that person that shows you that mirror, the ugliness inside yourself that you don't want to look at. Sometimes there are people like me who have no problem being that mirror for you. And I'll be totally honest. I don't do anything but ask questions. I ask questions, and then I respond with another question based off of what you said. That's it. It's not that hard. That's it.
And that was the years that I've known Diyah, when I needed that sharp, because I needed that sharp slap across the head, that knife that was going to penetrate deep. Diyah will tell you that I'd be on the phone crying, I don't know why he did this to me. I don't know why. What's wrong with you? Bitch, you better wake up. What are you doing that for? Why would you even do that? That's how I needed that sternness at that time. And I appreciate her for that because I needed it. We all need that sometimes. Sometimes we do need the soft person that will help us out. But it's not to hurt you. Anyway, we're going to slip on over to the other half of the show, and it's not really going to be that long. It's 30 minutes. But go ahead, play the one. What's 12 there? I don't know.
What?
The next song. It's one more song.
Yeah.
My computer went out.
I done got it.
You done got hypey. I know.
In your pocket. I remember when you used to throw those things away. Why do you wanna keep in touch now? Who gave you a reason to act so shady? I care for you. Yes, I don't understand, baby. Yeah, we gotta go through this. We can't even talk, girl. We don't even kiss. I never would have
that part of the song. Welcome back, y'all, to the Gumbo Cafe. Area code 347-838-8420. Press the number 1. And the reason why that song is, again, is because the whole topic was supposed to be, and we kind of got steered in the wrong direction of lies. And in that song, you know, Slim finds the female's number. The females has a guy on the side, and that's why they broke up. And women do tend to have little secrets on the side. And before we even talk about secrets on the side, let's go ahead and bring her in. We didn't know it was you because the number shows block call. But Gigi, are you there?
Yes, it's me. I wonder why it's blocked. It shouldn't be.
I have no idea. Yeah, it's showing just a whole bunch of ones. How you doing this evening, sis?
I am doing great. Doing good. You guys talked on a lot of stuff today. I'm going to give y'all a heads up. As long as you guys deal with Dean, you are going to deal with controversy. And it's not even, it doesn't even matter what your views are, because I got chewed, eaten up, spit out, people who deleted me. People have deleted themselves from the group, all that other stuff because of what Dean says. I'm serious. Yeah. So don't even take that crap personally. Don't take it personally. And there's people taking it in who are going to come to you, and there's people who are going to run in the other direction. It just shows the weak from the strong. That's how I see it.
Right.
It just proves the point.
Yeah, they're not going to get it. And Steve and Greg, they're like really mean sometimes. You guys have to admit, because I tell them, I'm like, you guys are mean sometimes. You really are mean.
Because
they do have a point.
They do have a point, but see, I see past that, and in the conversations that I have on the phone with them, it's like I can see past it because I see them as a human being. I don't look at view them as the mean guy with the pitchfork, coming to terrorize the white women. You know what I'm saying? And beat up all the black women. I don't see them like that, because they have hearts. They're human beings, and I respect their opinion. But they do hurt a lot of folks. I do understand it, but like you're saying, people should not take it seriously to the point to where it hurts their feelings, to where I'm just going to get out the group altogether. Because to
it really hurt.
Yeah,
I've had grown men cry on my show.
Girl.
I swear to you. I've had grown men cry. Literally, seriously cry. He just, I don't know, he hits that nerve, that one spot. He's like, your mom or your parent that really just knows how to get under your skin, and he does that with some people. So since they can't lash out on him, because, you can lash out on Steve till you're blue in the face, and it's just not going to affect him, they turn to us. That's usually how that goes. So when it comes to that, don't take it personal.
Yeah, don't take it personal. And when I see somebody that says that they're going to leave the group now, that tells me, and this is just how I view it, Gigi, that means that they're screaming for help. They want help with something, but they can't actually pinpoint what it is because they're not being honest with themselves. They
usually think I have something to do with it. I don't know. I'm the boss, and I really don't know half of the time. I can't read all of that stuff, okay? Even when I had my show, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I just know at this time we're going to be at the show. I already let out the topics, this and that. That's it. Right. They think, I have been, I've been told that I set people up.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. People really deep think, some people think more into things than it really is. So, just know that there's some really... I'm trying to find the right word for it. But just beware of the people on Facebook and their personalities. How about that, to put it nicely? Don't take that stuff personal, ever. Ever. Cause
I find it.
Huh?
Yeah.
I find it comical.
Yeah.
I do, too.
I mean, you have to look at it like this. If you have a dude saying that he doesn't care what you say or how you feel, and you're still yelling at the top of the lungs what you got, what you did, why you're worth it, and he done told you from the beginning he don't care, after a while that does become a comedy show. It
the
really
individual who you're talking about right there, me and her have actually, we've had words on Facebook.
One individual. I am so not talking about one individual. I'm being totally honest.
Oh, okay.
I've seen a couple people, by a couple, actually a whole lot of it, but I've seen a couple of people who, and I'm even talking about myself, when I said I don't give a damn, and they still threw at the top of their lungs. I told you how I felt from the door. Why go through all that if I switch from the door? I don't give a damn. I don't care. Like, at that point, you are doing nothing but reflecting yourself through me. Because I told you I don't care, and what you're really hearing is that I don't care about myself. So now you're screaming at me why there are all the reasons why you should care about yourself. I already know that game. And that's why I find it hilarious, because I wait till they're done, and I normally give them one question answer again, and then the whole thing starts again because they want to avoid the question.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad. Gigi, do you, because you were saying in the inbox that you have female friends that don't deal with a lot of stuff that you're talking about, but do you see a lot of women that lie? They lie to men.
Absolutely.
And okay.
I've been guilty of that. Not really. I was an open person, and my first relationship was a very long time. It was 13 years, and I was in an open relationship. Okay? So I didn't lie to people per se, but maybe they felt like, maybe they had the ego thing that, you know, she's going to leave this man and be with me. That was just not going to happen. So maybe in that sense I did. But I'm just as a kid, I was always honest because I'm not a good liar. It just never worked for me. I can't lie. I'm serious. I just went with it because when I lied, I got the worst ass whipping. So it's just like, okay, I'm just going to say I'm just going to do it now and take whatever it is and just deal with it. So I'm a straight-up person. But, yes, I do know a lot of women who lie. They lie to get what they want. They lie. I've given you plenty of examples of people who are my friends, and I sit down and have the conversation, and they're kind of like the ones on Facebook, like, you don't understand, you don't want to hear it, and I'm like, okay, whatever. You know,
because you want them to get to the root of it, and they don't want to get to the root of it.
What they want to do is they want her to understand why their lie is justified when she's trying to get you to understand it's still a lie. Justified or not, a lie is a lie. And they're trying to go up and, well, yeah, I lied, but I'm not going to tell you I lied. Listen to the reasons why I lied before I can admit that I lied.
Like the cheater, you know, like the cheater. I cheated because she was crap because this.
You said what, Gigi? I'm sorry?
Like she said, it's like the cheater. It's like that cheating person that says, oh, I cheated because of this, I cheated because of that, I cheated because of everything. You still cheated. Doesn't matter. You still did. You cheated. You cheated that person, really. But, you know.
And they cheated themselves. In all honesty, you were talking about the law of attraction, and you honestly believe that is true as well, that what you put out there does come back to you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I had to get rid of a lot of dead weight. And once I did, everything around me changed. Like, it was something that I was investing in, and that's actually when Steve came into my life. Steve is like, people think Steve is really a bonus. That's when Steve came into my life as well. And it was just a whole positive outcome from all of it because we all do these shows, and, you know, everyone was like, Gigi, okay, I'm a soft-spoken person, so I guess everybody just thought they had to shake hands and be nice. You know what I mean? Just kumbaya, and I just liked having Steve saying, well, hell no, that's stupid. You know, it was just nice to have someone disagree with you and have something to actually talk about instead of just going over the basics and talking about the basic stuff and everyone agreeing. You know what I mean? It brings out something. A little negative in your universe is good, but you just don't ultimately want, like, everything around you like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because you feel congested. You don't feel, you feel numb, and you end up putting yourself in situations where after you did it, it's like, why didn't you do it? because you were numb and you didn't tell yourself that this is wrong. You just went along with it because for the moment this is going to make me feel better, and I'm just going to live in the moment. No, don't do that because you're hurting yourself.
Yeah, if you're doing it just to make yourself feel better, then living in the moment is not going to stop the future from killing you. Mm-hmm. Now, I think most people don't get that.
No, It does choke you in the end. And that's like the article was saying, a lot of women end up being depressed because we're not facing those realities the way that we should. You know, with last week's show, you were listening and it was kind of, it was heavy. Last week's show was hella heavy. But you have to come to terms with this is what I did, and I can't continue to do this because I'm tearing myself up. And I was on, let's see, like I was saying last week, I was on Celexa, I was on sleeping pill, I was on the weight loss pill, Centramine. I was on several, and I was killing myself trying to be this image that everybody else wanted me to be, and I was slowly dying on the inside. To where I ended up having that nervous breakdown, and I didn't know what the hell to do.
See, and you know what's funny? They make fun of big girls, and I used to model. I was always like a size 0, and I could never put on weight. You see, and you know, a weight problem is a weight problem. That's what people don't understand. If you think those bony girls want to be bony when everybody has a big butt and they're eating, when you see your skinny friend stuffing all that food down her face, she has the same problem that you have in the opposite way. She wants to put that weight on. And she wants to put weight on and she can't. She can't. If she misses one meal like that, it's not a fun feeling because you need to get thicker and you can't. You put on weight. But now I got older, I'm like, thank you, Lord, finally. I thought I was going to be a stick forever. I'm serious. I really did. And I hated it. I was always a stick with a little butt. And that was it, And I hated it because everyone in my family was thick with the big ghetto booty or big breast, and I was the stick. So even though women battle that weight, don't always think that skinny girl doesn't have that same problem. She has the same thoughts in her mind, and that's Vogue. Since 1938, that's them.
That's my thing. Why does it have to be a problem? Why can't she be the size she was made to be? She be the size she was made to be. Why does it have to be a problem? That's the part that I understand. If you're skinny, you're skinny. If you're fat, you're fat. Now, there's no such thing as being overweight or quote-unquote overweight and healthy. I'm not saying, the extreme. If you're not bulimic, make yourself throw up. If you're not starving yourself, or if you're not overeating because of emotion and you're just really that size and you still can run up and down steps and you can run 2 miles, and I'm cutting myself because I don't run steps, but I can't run 2 miles. But if you're happy at where you're at, why does it have to be a problem? There's a big problem to me with women who feel as though we have to fit into this one dynamic box when we're supposed to embrace womanhood, and embracing womanhood means to embrace individuality. So, why does it even have to be a problem in the first place?
With the girl, what was it? I was talking about the gym thing earlier. I think a lot of it is we don't admit that we're competing with the other person. We're not competing with the other person, and it goes down to that. It goes back to the low self-esteem, and I won't look better or feel better or be accepted by society unless if I'm a size 10. I won't be a better person unless if I have a weave all the way down to my back. Again, I wear weaves, but that's only because I like my hair in different varieties. But it's not every single person, but it's a competition thing, and it goes back to earlier in the show, too. It's that one female that's in the group that she's really hurting on the inside, and I'm saying group as in work or wherever you're at where you spend the majority of your time. She feels empty on the inside, but she's doing the most bragging. And the other person feels just as empty on the inside, and they're feeling even worse because this lady has the boyfriend or the husband. She just got engaged. She's another bridesmaid yet again. So she's forcing herself to compete with this woman, not understanding the crap that this other lady is going through. and ends up putting herself in an even worse situation, if y'all understand what I'm saying.
I feel you on that. And I think, too, we're always, when you're young and you're growing up, your parents and everyone else accept you and this and that, and then you get to that age where you're actually hanging out with your girls and you go out into an atmosphere where there's guys or a club. Let's just use a club scene for that instance. And you have that friend that, like, every guy is talking to. And and maybe you end up to be the girl holding the bags. You know what I'm saying? I think
or watching
those
the drink.
Yeah. You're the one who's like, buy my friend a drink too. And you're sitting there like, okay, well, she has big breasts and she's got a big butt, or whatever it may be, and it makes you feel insecure. Like, truly, she hit it on the nose. You hit it on the nose. We do compete when it comes to that, and just because of that, it was a friend that, I was flat-chested, too, for a long time, too, because being bony means everything's bony. I'm telling you, all I had was a butt. That was it. And she had huge knockers, and she would say, I'm so jealous you could wear all those little tie tops. But when we went out, no one was looking at my tie top, okay? She had huge knockers. I mean, she couldn't even cover them. You know what I mean? And as a woman, you're sitting there looking at that. That's why women are buying these breasts and these fake behinds and everything else and trying to keep up with the fake hair. And whatever it is, like $900. Are you kidding me? I forgot which artist it was. I want to say, I think it was it Little Kid? No, it was Foxy Brown.
No, it was Foxy Brown, the Il Nana.
$900 weave. Who does that? She was doing $900 weave.
Yeah, she got caught stealing it. Yeah, so she was stealing it. Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's funny to think. That is funny as hell.
Yeah.
Who about keeping up with appearances and trying to prove yourself to who?
To the parents. Seen her? She worried about $900 when you're trying to steal it. Can you steal the diet? Like, really? If she's trying to now we're talking about famous people keeping up with appearances. She should have looked at her gut in the mirror and stopped worrying about that $900 weave. That's all I'm saying.
No, $900. It wasn't $9. It was $900 she got in trouble with. Yeah.
$900 weave.
I never looked at the midsection. I saw her on a video where she fell off stage, and I was like, what happened? She stopped. She's too old to walk like that, first of all. It was not cute no more. It didn't even fit her shape at all. I'm saying this to be mean. I'm saying it because she's still trying to keep that image of all these 18-year-old girls who are not her age and not even in the genre where she first came out. Why? Stop. Just stop. Embrace who you are now.
Yeah, that's what Kim did to her face. We talking about Little Kim. Look what Little Kim did to her face.
Right, and that looks so horrible. I mean, she doesn't even look right. I threw up a picture a while ago with her, the before and after. Remember when before she even came out, and you look at her now, and she looks sickly. And not even Hollywood people. Let's talk about that lady who lost her limbs for getting the butt injection out of that cement.
Another lady who split her butt. I don't know what they did. Sometimes her butt flips and looks like a little seat instead of flip it back. Yeah, that was the lady who had it, and I saw her on Dr. Phil too. But they're going to these injection parties in the hood at a hotel, and they're spending $500 to get cement caulk in their butt. And you're killing your life. I mean, your whole body, her limbs, she can't walk regular anymore, all because she wanted to compete with this other women that are out there in these videos with the big booties. Here she was. That's the other thing. You're competing with another woman who's just as insecure as you are. That's why she's making sure you feel less than her. Yeah. It's just sad to see all of the women go through those things in order to feel good about themselves, but yet and still they're hurting on the inside. They're sitting in the bed at night crying to themselves because they feel nobody will listen. And there are people who are willing to listen. You just have to choose wisely. Like Gigi was stating, you got to let go of some of that dead weight. Even if it's been a friend who's been in your life for 10 years,
but they're still in that same position, sometimes you got to let it go. Ask yourself, how are they helping me enhance who I am? Or are they dragging me down?
I mean, don't drop them completely. Check in on them every now and then, but that's just not the person you want to be around. Because we all have that friend that's like like a real serious. And when you go out with her, everyone looks at you like, yeah, you're going to do what she's doing. Yeah, no. Stop hanging with her.
Wait, I was that host.
Yeah, I think at one point in time we were all hoes. But what we say, too, we're not saying. Oh, you weren't?
Not like that. I had a friend who was. I mean, everybody in the place that we went to had already went through her. So it was like, so you're next. Yeah, no, I'm not. And every time she called me to go out, it would be like, let's go to Denny's. I would never go out. And I would never go out with her in that type of setting ever again. Yeah, she made a name for herself, and I didn't want any parts of that. Like, she had slept with seriously every dude. They knew her. It was like, yeah, we hit that. It was like a high five thing amongst the dudes. It was horrible. If you have a friend like that, yeah, get rid of her. We've had heartbreaks where we made mistakes, and I think we categorize ourselves as being a hoe because we took that chance with somebody because I always go back to that.
No, I was a hoe. No, I was a hoe. Yeah, I'm just going to tell you now. I was a hoe.
It wasn't because I took that chance to be with somebody and slept with him too soon. I knew when I saw him, he was going to get down, period. And I was going to have him. I was a hoe. I'm not even going to deny that part. That wasn't me.
It does sound harsh, but again, when you come to realization in the terms of who you were, you can laugh at it now.
Yeah, I was in an open relationship. I guess I was. I had sex with both sexes, so maybe I was a bit of a hoe.
Girl, no, you was a freak. That's what you were.
No, I've had sex with men and women too. Maybe.
You just freaky.
I live my life. I was like, I'm 20.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I was out there. Then at 30, I was like, okay, it's time for me to settle down now. For real, I need to.
Yeah, right. And that's the other thing. People get offended when we say, what is it? They assume that we're saying just to sleep around with everybody, and no, we're not saying that either. Because I have guys talking to me now. I'm not sleeping with them. Again, I've abstained for 3 years. You don't have to sleep with somebody. You just have to know your worth. Know who you are. And if you know he's coming at the door talking to you about sex, and you don't really want that completely, but you want it down the road, you have to just basically come to terms with it. Because I ain't going to lie, there's been times I've been horny. I told Diyah, I'm having issues. I'm having issues, but I still know that I need to, with the purpose of why I'm abstaining, I have to stick with that.
You're not a horny nut job. I was. I did a year.
Abstinence doesn't mean that you're not horny. Abstinence means that there's something that needs to be met before you spread your legs. There's a difference. Well, before you spread your legs with somebody else. I'll put it that way. If you getting a 5-finger discount with yourself, go for what you know. But when it comes to bringing somebody else into it, you understand that it's something in you that you need to fulfill for yourself, and it's something in them that they need to meet before you spread for them. That doesn't necessarily mean that you're not horny.
We got a guy in the inbox saying his ears are too pure for all of this. It is the Gumbo Cafe, honey. So we keep it 100, as they say. That's so old and ghetto. Anyway, we keep it real.
They say bean. I listen say we keep it bean, which I don't know why we're talking about food. You can't be using food as slang around fat people. I'm looking for a plate. They play too much. That's all.
Well, yeah. Abstaining is something that is difficult, but you have to understand your purpose. I ain't gonna lie, Gigi. Like you said, a year. Yeah, it's been hard, honey. But that's where all that other stuff. Yeah, that's where all that other stuff comes into play, like we were talking about last week. We ain't gonna get it because, we got a guy listening. He's probably sitting there going, ew. But
men do, but there's always, when I was single, when I finally got to the point, because I had to, I'm a runner. I run when things get real serious. Like when me getting married was like a huge thing for me. My husband asked me several times, seriously, because I was very afraid of commitment. So whenever commitment was seriously put down on me, I would run. So I would leave, and I had a young child at that time, so I was very careful about who I had around him or whatever. But when I went that time period without having sex, when I decided to have sex, it was at 1 o'clock in the morning, like 2. I knew he was asleep, full in bed, and it was like, okay, turn up the TV. Okay, let's get this. No, you can't watch up. You're gonna make noise. No, you have to go. No, there was no laying down and getting comfortable or none of that. You had to get up and go. I called you to have sex. We were even talking before. He was pursuing me, and he gave me his number, and I called me, not even for a date. I said, what are you doing? I'm horny. Can you come over? Seriously. I was just fed up with my toy. I was like, I need a damn man. But and that's what it was. And he made fun of me. He was like, you make me leave before the garbage man leaves. And I was like, exactly. Do not get comfortable. After he got his and I got mine, he actually started to get comfortable in my bed. And it made me uncomfortable. Like, you need to get up here. Handing him his shirt. You have to go. I'm like, seriously, there's no hanging out here. I was very funny about I was raising a boy, so it was like I can't let him see the revolving door thing.
Exactly. Exactly. And hold on just a second. For those who are listening in, we're about to go into over show, so call in so you can still listen to the show. The number is 347-838-8420. Again, 347-838-8420. Call in as soon as you can because we are going into overtime. Go ahead, though, Gigi. I'm sorry. I just want to make sure they had opportunity.
No, when it comes to the ladies, sometimes that itch needs to be scratched. I mean, I had done plenty of freaky things to my toy, and it was like I ran out of things. That was just my breaking point for me. I commend you for going 3 years, because that would I would literally probably be the biggest bitch in the world. I'm being serious.
But I'm not.
I think I would be yelling at crickets.
Out here in the country, shut up! You know my name. No, I'm not doing that. It's not that bad. It's really not that bad. It's learning to focus on stuff, and like I said, last week's question of the week before that sexting thing, I'm still trying to get a grip on what it's all about.
About what?
Well, I know it's about sex, fool. But I'm saying, with guys, if they just sending you a picture of their stuff, they little wanker, what else comes of that? You know what I'm saying?
They're going to ask you for theirs. They're going to ask you to send yours. That's the next thing. Or your tits. Or, I'm sorry, I don't know how graphic I should be on your show.
No, you're okay. We're an OT.
Okay. They're going to ask for the rest of you, for you to send your goods next. That's the next step to that.
Yeah, but after that, after you see it, I actually, like you, how you said you're tired of it, you're tired of all of that. It's another dick. Okay, that's nice. Huh, all right. I lost interest in you now. Okay, that's another picture of another penis. I lost interest in you too now. This isn't fulfilling for me. So I'm like, what else is involved with that? At that point, is he willing to pursue it even further? Is he content with what he just showed you in a picture of some boobs? If that's the case, go look at porn.
Maybe he's bored of porn. That's why he came to you.
Their next step is to try to get you.
He got the collector's edition, and he's tired with it. He needs something new.
Yeah, the next step will be Skype or Uvu. That's what they go to next. or Tiny Chat or they want to get you on live now. And there are people, let me tell you something. There are people who get on there. I am in a group where they gotta have a few of them called exposing smuts or exposing hoes, where they go on Ubu with these guys and do all that business live on camera, and they are actually recording them and put them on these pages along with their names and everything else. I was in a group where two guys smashed this one chick. I don't know if she knew or not. They had her on he was doing her from the back. The other guy was just doing her mouth, okay? And they were high-fiving and everything and videotaping her on the phone. They exposed the crap out of her in that group, and they called her ugly and everything else in the book. I was like, oh, my God.
Oh, wow.
You have no idea the extent of Facebook, and I'm terrified. I'm so glad my daughter doesn't know how to really type. I don't even want to show her how to really get on ABC Mouse. I'm terrified because of this computer. Like, I'm serious. Because of the things that I see on there. Yeah, it's bad. Yeah. I mean, and my husband, he's in a lot of those things. He'll say, look at this. There's this dude who pees on women, like R. Kelly.
Oh,
and it's funny because he does. He does the R. Kelly, and they sit there and they have their mouth. Or I guess they're waiting for the money shot or whatever. And then he starts peeing on them. And then one girl, she's ready for it. She goes, "Oh, that's too much. That's too much. You wet my hair." I was like, "What?" And he was behind a car outside. He was like, "Just stay still and let me finish." I'm like, "What?"
Wait, you outside behind a car getting pee? Okay. Now, first, I was going to say, if you're a whore, just go ahead and embrace it and turn that shit right back on them and say, well, I had the both of you at the same time. Y'all gay asses liked it. But when we get to the point where we pee on people, that's a problem. That's some sadistic stuff. And you outside on your knees behind a car. Like, what? How do you do that? There's some people.
She was giving him oral, is what she said. He was probably standing up, pants down, or something like that.
Giving him oral outside. Start peeing. At that point, how do you put yourself in the mirror and say, you know what? I'm a good hoe. No. At this point, you're a urine hoe. That's a whole different level. that's a whole different level right there. Now we went into other bodily functions that wasn't meant to cross paths. It's a problem. Like,
his face
how you do
never
that?
in the video. Never. You never see his face in the video. Like, around this time, they do it they have these pages on Facebook. And on their page, you'll see 2 or 3 little simple posts. But at midnight, they're like, okay, we're exposing smut. He's like, wow, look at this.
Wow.
And we sit there cracking up.
There's some people on Facebook literally that think it's just, I'm on here to talk about these little topics. I've come across some pages too. I haven't come across that one. I don't think I would want to, Gigi. But I've come across some pages, and it's like, y'all don't even know this stuff is existing 2 windows away from you. This is going on Facebook. I don't think Facebook or social media is a place for sexual conversation. And it's like, y'all are stupid because this is going on even more so, especially if somebody peeing on somebody and they showing the videos. I think people like being blind and not knowing what else exists out there in the world.
And
I think
and they walk them through and getting pissed on by the little sprinkles that's just spraying everywhere because of the rain and don't even know it. They get home and wonder why they stink. That's the point. And you like, where did this come from?
Yeah, but they do have to be aware of the stuff that's going on around them. I mean, because we got kids. You're talking about your daughter, and people have children on Facebook. This is what I actually hate, and we're off topic now, but we're on something different because it's after hours. I hate when I see a parent put their little daughter in a swimsuit on Facebook. I hate seeing a parent putting their little boys in swimming trunks on Facebook, and there's a reason why I don't like it, because there's still pedophiles out there on the internet.
And when they put their little girls,
my God.
My goodness, that works my last nerve. They in the bikini with hand on their hip like that's cute. You just basically gave some pervert something to check off to.
Yeah.
Right.
And you know what I learned that the hard way? I learned, let me tell you something. My very first GGY page, I was doing a segment on their show about sex. And I was pregnant with my daughter at the time. So when I had my daughter, you know, you're excited mom. You post up all the pics right away. I didn't even think. And, you know, the picture with her, like, full open with the cord, I didn't even think about it. You know, you're still kind of sedated. And this perv dude made a comment on her pictures. I deleted all of my pictures from that. That's why I have two separate pages. And people are like, why do you have?
That was about.
Yeah, I have a family page. I've had women hit on my husband, like when I tag him as my husband because of my group. They just think that we're like, yeah. So, like I said, there's very special individuals on Facebook. So please be aware of what you post and who you have on your page. Don't have 5,000 random people on your page with your kids. You know, if you do decide to put them in their swimsuits or whatever, know that that's your family and your people you actually know. Because, that proud parent thing's going to be like, oh, you just learned how to swim, or you know what I mean? But you can't.
Yeah, no. You can't do those shots on those pictures on Facebook at all. Even if it's a little kid walking around with a piece of candy in their hand. You can't do that, folks, because Facebook, as Diyah always says, is stalker friendly. Facebook has a way, and most perverts understand that all they have to do is do a certain click and save picture as. They know this. I ain't going to say which finger you're clicking, but there's a finger that you click and save as. And they're sitting there. You think you're just posting your picture and it's just in your family album or whatever on Facebook. But somebody has downloaded your picture and they're sitting there jerking off to your nakedness. Again, I know that's heavy, but that's what happens.
Now, if people don't believe that, look at all these pictures that's going around where you can obviously tell that picture was taken in somebody's home and somebody uploaded it, and they have these little ignorant words across it because someone downloaded it and there's some words to it and re-uploaded it when this picture was probably on somebody else's page.
Yeah, that's how with what is that dating scam, the overseas dating scam? That's what those guys are doing in Nigeria and in Russia. They're going through somebody else's profile, taking their pictures, and putting a new name to your face and saying that this is the person. That's just like the boy who was the football player, and he was, so in love with this girl, and this girl really wasn't a girl, but it was a guy. He used his friend's pictures. Yeah. That's what people are doing. It's not your pictures on Facebook are not password protected. Anybody can go through there. I have a whole bunch of pictures on Facebook, but everybody can't see them. Diyah is the same way. We only allow so many people. It's either only me or close friends or family or something of that can see pictures. And when I do the photography stuff, I'll ask them, do you want me to put them on Facebook? And if I put them on Facebook, I'm saying you're the only one that has the link. I'm not giving the link to anybody else. Only you have the link. Only you can see this. Because I don't think it's fair that somebody else could come in and download a picture of you just chilling, in your backyard posing at the family reunion, and some dude is looking at they're violating your body, in a sense, because they downloaded your picture now and they're jerking off to you at night.
Yeah, well, a lot of people have just opened themselves up to that. They don't even care. They don't think about the future. They don't think that one day that picture that you just downloaded with your butt crack open, it might end up in your kids' hands. And they'll be like, that's my mom. You know what I mean? Like, ew. If Vanessa Del Rio still has pictures on the Internet, and she, you know what I mean? She's a 70s porn star. Can you imagine that your kids later might end up with that picture of you bent over, face all in the picture?
Girl. Yeah, because my children might find it. That's something from getting. Your mama was a hoe. You know that now. Don't come to be surprised. That's when transparency comes in. Because I know my kids probably going to find a couple. I ain't even going to lie.
I had a cousin, and he was like, man, Shawnee, you just got to see this. And I was like, what? He said, you got to see this. He put in a video, you know, it's a flick, it's a porn flick. And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, just look. Why was it one of our cousins is now an adult porn star?
Wow.
And it's like, those things are not going to go away. They're there forever, all on the internet, all on DVDs, whatever. You know, they have torrent sites where people can download those things. They're going to be there forever. Forever.
I have a porn star in the group, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to ask her if she will come on the show so you guys can interview her. Because I had a deep interview with her, and she's a real person. Now, she's real. I mean, she's not going to hold no punches. She's a Cali girl.
From San Francisco, I already know who you're talking about. Don't ask how I know.
Yeah, she's not going to hold no punches, and she's going to be right up there with you, but she is a porn. I mean, and I've seen her, like, now she's into some really wild stuff, like she shaved her head and stuff. So I'm pretty sure that conversation would be quite interesting. I'll call her and talk to her because I have her number. I'll call her and we'll talk on that. But she would probably enjoy having an interview with you guys because she's been dealing with a lot in that industry. And that is, I don't know even how that starts out, how you start there and how you end there. I mean, how do you even end that? You really can't, especially with the internet now.
You can't. And there was a video we saw on Netflix, Diyah and I. It was something about the porn industry. And those women tried to live a life after, you know, leaving the industry and everything, and they could not fit in. Taya, what is her name? Taya Leone? Not Taya Leone. Dang, she looks like Taya Leone, though. But she ended up leaving. She moved to a city where they didn't even have cable or, you know, internet or any of that. And she ended up being a realtor. Times got hard for her, and she moved right back to Hollywood and got back into the game. It was somebody else who started going to church, and it was hard for her. She ended up back into the industry. You know, these are porn stars that were in the 90s and 80s and stuff like that. And once you're in it, you're in it. Even if you want to try to get out of it, for some reason, it still kind of calls you back. And I've seen where guys are so degrading to those women behind the scenes. They're abusive to those women. They hurt them. They cuss them out. It's those two white guys that have a channel. They cuss them out. They beat them up, and folks just take it. And it goes back to self-worth.
They said that they spit on them and stuff too. Like
they spit on her. Yeah. And people, everybody starts stuff for their own purposes or reasons. But here, watching that porn, the life behind, or life after porn, that's what it's called. Watching that video, you could tell those women were hurt, and they even told their past. You know, some were molested, some had all these other issues when they were little kids. And that's all they felt that would embrace them and take care of them and treat them right and get money in the process, which is laying there or doing whatever. There's a lot of broken people out here. That's all I can really say. So many broken people.
It is.
I don't know. I wish I could help everybody, but I can only help the ones who are willing to come and ask for help and help them out. And I also wanted you to know, Gigi, as well. I know that's your group. I stepped back from doing the talking like I would before because I do know that's your group. And I heard your comment when you said that people are inboxing you and people want to leave. And I was like, well, okay. You know what?
Oh, no. That doesn't mean that you can't speak freely. I don't talk to them. When they put that crap in my box, there's a button on the right that says leave group. Why are you in my inbox? They don't bother me. Like, I've had other admins, they have drove my admins crazy because I don't respond. I have probably things in my inbox from last year this time, seriously.
Oh, wow.
Because of people complaining about things in the group. It's like, I'm not trying to be funny. I really enjoy everyone being in the group, and it's an open forum. It's America. It's freedom of speech. And as long as you're not, like, really, really, cyber bullying the crap out of somebody or something like that, I'm not going to do anything. I mean, I had a guy in there who was posting up endless pictures. It was crazy. But then they told me he was posting child porn. He had to go.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Yeah, he would post it, and then when he kind of timed me. So he knew when I would come on, and he'd delete everything. And the other admin, she was going nuts trying to prove it to me. She took a screenshot, and I was like, okay, just take him out. Like, why are you even asking me? Just take him out. If he's doing sick stuff, take him out. But, yeah, those groups are, and, with my group, too, you mentioned that people think this and they think that. I've had people think so much crap because I have a sex group. I want to have sex with them. Me and my husband are in an open relationship. This one dude came out and said, your husband is a fucking idiot because you're having sex with every woman in this group. I was like, I don't even know you. What are you? Yeah. He went on my page and posted a pussy and said, here's a picture of your husband. Seriously.
Wow.
And on my my Gigi Watt page, not my personal page, but yeah, there's different personalities and there's different people in there. So be you, and don't let anybody in there shut you out from being you. If that's what you want to do and you want to talk in there, feel free to. Don't let them stifle you.
Oh, they ain't stifle me, because if I don't talk in there, I'm talking somewhere else. I'm talking somewhere. Best believe that. It's just that, you know what, I just get tired of fighting those people who want to fight and not listen and know that manlish or manglish, whatever Dia called it, and see that they're part of the problem is with them. And I just get tired of it, of having to fight those type of people. And it's like, you know what, if you're going to jump off the cliff, here, you want some rope? What do you want? You want a knife to go with you? What? I give you some nails. Here's some nails. That'll work. Just hammer yourself down while you're falling off the cliff. I don't know. So basically, whatever they're going to do. I just get tired of fighting with people who just don't want to be helped. And it's like, it's just, I've done all I can. You can do whatever you want to now, boo.
Can you imagine that in a relationship with sex and people and their marriage, and they come to me and I tell them, and I show them and I tell them, and I tell them and I show them, and they're still fighting me, and then I'm like, you know what? Just keep doing what you're doing. It's working out great for you, right? That's why you're asking me. You know what I mean? You want me to help you, and I'm telling you the things that you need to do. You need to really sit down. Like, the first thing people, like, a lot of people have great sex, and then they get married, and the sex is great, and then you can't communicate with each other with a darn.
And
then everything else.
You said darn. I love it. You said darn.
My old man did that to me. He turned me into a country girl. But they don't communicate at all, and then they're mad because they're like, communicate. I can't talk to her. I can't. Well, you have to learn how to talk to her. Like the dude who was on the show, and he's trying to express that. He can't communicate with the person that he's with, so he's communicating with somebody else.
Yep. Yep. We saw right through that.
Saw that from the beginning.
It's like you need to learn how to.
You got a cuddle buddy, because that cuddle buddy is the person that you're really having sex with. It's not physically in your mind. That's when you're having sex with them some way or another.
And she's agreeing with everything because she's not living in that. She's not there with you. She's not dealing with your stank socks on the floor or your dirty drawers or the fact that you're not listening to your wife when she's telling you that. So she's saying, oh, she's a horrible, she's giving him that pat on the head and, that's what men run to when they feel like they're cheating, and they're cheating themselves because generally she's not stupid, and why he's having the problems with his wife is because she's not stupid. She sees it, but she's probably not addressing it like you know, like I mentioned, I don't care anything about cheating. That's physical to me. If it's a physical cheating thing, it doesn't bother me because a man just has a penis. And if you really, we're not going to get into the Bible, but just a little bit into the Bible, there's never been a woman who's left her man for cheating in the Bible. And plenty of them have cheated. Because, the Bible is a soap opera. But they always say the Bible is the best soap opera
ever. It's not even... I wish people even got that because they had house servants, and house servants meant that these were women that they slept with. They had temple prostitutes. But people look over that fact and think that I don't know.
Men have a physical need, and it doesn't mean that he doesn't love you. It doesn't mean that you're not giving him what he wants. Because, it's funny, most men who cheat, they get there, they bust that nut, and then they're like, God, what did I do? How can I get out of this bed and get away from this individual? Mm-hmm. They regret it. Manly men, Steve and them, they say hide your emotions, and I believe as men do that. That's why men do come to us as women and cry and tell us what happened, because you can't tell your homeboy. Like Steve said, if my homeboy ever came to me, like I would punch him in the chest. They can't tell their homeboy that stuff. So they come to us as women, as a friend, quote unquote, to tell us that stuff. It's not always to screw us. It's just because they can't tell their homeboys that stuff. But, men are going to cheat. I went all over the place with that, but men are going to cheat. And they do that. And, women get too caught up in it, but there's a lot of women who are 50s wives, like most men want, who look the other way because they know he's not going anywhere. He's still taking care of home. He's still taking care of everything. It doesn't really, if it doesn't show in their household, because there's a lot of men who cheat on the regular and come home, pay the bills, play with the kids, take care of everything, and the chick, she's not getting anything out of it. There's always going to be women out there who are like that. And that's always going to happen.
That goes back to the topic about women who tell themselves lies. And to bring the Bible into it, from what I know of the Bible, there's not one man that cheated that the chick didn't know. You have the one where he married two sisters, but the other sister knew, even when the father pushed him on him, that he didn't want her. You have the other chick who basically said, I can't have your baby, so go ahead and have her sleep with that chick. Like, they knew. And it wasn't a problem until this other lifestyle interfered with their lifestyle. Then it became a problem. And that is one of the lies that women tell themselves that they don't realize. You know what he's doing. We have a thing called intuition. It goes with feeling. But we ignore it as long as we can keep up our lifestyle. When that other thing that he's doing interferes with our lifestyle, that's when we want to address it.
See, and that's the other people I need to get on your show, my open marriage people who have they've been on
Girl, you need to just start your show back up.
Yeah, they've been on Dr. Phil. They've been on quite a few shows. They have a huge open marriage, been together for 15 years, and they're very happy in their open marriage. And it's not like they're sleeping with several people. They both just have a relationship outside of theirs. Yes, I know you do, because you're kind of in the circle within my circle. I've noticed that. I've seen you.
Yeah.
I've seen you. Yeah. So, I mean, the people don't want to see that, and they don't want to see. You women are going to give you, like, Steve says, too, in a lot of essences, people don't want to see that. They don't want to hear that my man is my man, I'm going to hold him down. City your coochies now make him happy forever. And even if he humps something for one day, doesn't mean he's going to stay there and keep her forever and ever. He might just need to get a taste and be okay and come back home. Or maybe you just, I don't know. I don't know why men cheat. But I know in my lifetime, I've seen men cheat that were within my family, you know what I'm saying, within things like that, and they never left their wives. It was just a physical need for that time, and that person was gone after the fact. They loved their wife and their home or whatever it was. They just took care of that itch, and then they were good.
And if you ask, you really have to sit there and ask someone who's been married for 50 years or 40 years and say, did you guys have any problems? Yes, we have problems. Well, what kind of problems did you have? And that's why I wish women would speak more and tell these young married girls that, yes, my husband did cheat. Yes, he does have a child outside of the family, that is your auntie or your sister. These things did happen, but we're still together and we worked through it. I've seen a lot of people that just get divorced over the simplest of things, but when you look at the people who have been married for 50-something years, they've gone through everything and then some. It's okay to ask an elder person that's been married that long. I appreciate people that have been married that long and are honest.
Really do.
Sit there and tell you.
Actually, I appreciate seeing that couple in the park and you ask them questions and they answer them open and honestly because they old enough and they don't care no more about what other people think. I appreciate it. Yeah.
And they're willing to share. Yeah, they're willing to share, and they'll tell you that, my husband has a child outside. Because you've seen it. I know all y'all have seen it. You go to the funeral, somebody's dad has died, and then all of a sudden this long-lost sister shows up or daughter of his showed up. Everybody just starts acting ignorant. Because you ain't my daddy's daughter. You ain't my daddy's daughter. Yes, it is.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Normally the problem is because the mother knew it and never said anything.
She wouldn't tell nothing. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But we know back in the day, the mothers wasn't doing what these women. They talking about fucking on this, and they weren't doing that. Go get it somewhere else, because I'm not doing it. They weren't doing that. It was considered nasty. So they're not fucking and they're not taking it in the behind. That was out of the question. So if you got something there, if you think that's gonna let you do that, go get that where you can. And when you get done, I'll be here. And a lot of women didn't, like you said, they didn't even know their bodies. So sex wasn't pleasurable. It was just like, he going to get up here and do his business, like Miss Seeley would say. And they find this woman who is, Suge Avery, and she loved it. So they were getting theirs over there. And they come home and take care. That's where that Papa was a Rolling Stone comes from.
Hold on. It's even worse than that. Now, see, listening to my grandmother talk about some of the folks when she grew up, bestiality was very prevalent back then. I'm just saying.
That's one thing you don't talk about. I hear a lot of old people, especially from people who lived around animals, they start telling you some stuff. You're like, what, huh?
I came around that corner and he had his thing in a chicken. He had a what? Oh, hell no, it must have been small. What happened? Did he finish? Did he throw the chicken down? I mean, but yeah, those are the things that did happen back then, because you're right. The woman was like, you ain't going to put that there. It ain't going to happen to me. Oh, chicken in the yard.
It was not fun for them. It was like, okay, I'm going to lay here till you done and stare at the ceiling. Like Miss Tilly, she was counting the like bumps in the ceiling until he got done. It didn't feel good to her.
Mm-hmm. And I have ran into a lot of women like who it doesn't feel good to, yet they're still having sex, and it's not even their husband. I've ran into a lot of women like that.
Yeah. Or they don't like oral sex, but they still allow a man to do that. It's like, well, why don't you? Well, he likes it, okay, but if you don't really like it, but a lot of women do things because they just don't want their man to leave.
Yeah,
they just
that's
don't.
True. Mhm. That's true, and they're not aware of it. Well, we appreciate you, Gigi, coming in and giving us your insight. I'm sitting in this car sweating like I'm in the sauna.
I'm in here picking shoes what I say because my youngest just woke up, so I'm like, I'm about to go on mute.
Yeah, that's why she's quiet. I figured out why she was quiet, because that's my twin there, and he always gets up right around the same time.
Mm-hmm.
But
like clockwork.
Yeah, it's just like clockwork. That's my little twin. And for those who are listening who still want to talk about, things that you've gone through, abortion or otherwise, relationships or otherwise, what not to do in relationships, I'm good at telling you that because I screwed up a whole lot of them. I ran away from relationships. Like Gigi was saying, I ran on purpose. I would sabotage stuff and then kick myself in the butt after I sabotage it. So I can tell you things about what not to do in relationships. Diyah could school you in on a whole bunch of stuff as well, and Gigi has her group. What's the name of your group, honey?
Sex, Let's Make It Better, Open Forum.
Yep, and it's some interesting stuff going on in the group. I learn, I watch, I laugh, and I laugh some more.
And that's what you will do is you will learn, well, if nothing else, you will learn the psychology of how to deal with other people, and you will laugh. You will laugh. I will give you that. I love it. I love it.
My thing is, if in order to make sex better, get to the root of your issues, ladies. Stop lying. Know yourself. Stop lying. Learn your body. Like Gigi said on one of the shows, get a mirror and look up in there. You know, know that your worth is more than just that too. Get to the root of who you are, and you will attract more people that you want to find and want to be with. Inbox me again on Facebook or my personal email, maylodi@yahoo.com. Always open. Because I'm a night person. Do I hardly ever sleep because I'm working. But maylodi@yahoo.com is the best place to reach me, or inbox me at Facebook. We have the Facebook page now, facebook.com/The Gumbo Cafe. Twitter is at CM The Gumbo Cafe or at The Gumbo Cafe. And YouTube is The Gumbo Cafe. We'll be uploading videos. We're not going to start this Saturday, but in a couple of weeks we will be doing an extension of the show where you actually see our faces. We actually cut up, and it will be on Google Chrome or Google, what is it called again, Diyah? Google
Hangout. Oh, goodness. Good Google Hangout.
Girl, I'm sending a hot tail card. Don't get mad at me. Google Hangout.
You need to crack a damn window. Matter of fact, open the door. Just open the door.
The door is open, okay? The door is open.
Oh. Well, you need some water.
I do need that. But it's Google Hangout, and we'll keep you updated on that, where it will be live commentary, and it will also feed onto our YouTube channel, and we'll discuss things here like we talk about on the show and then more. And we will get into detail about a lot of topics. So, Again, y'all, thank you for listening in. Tune in with us next week. Tomorrow night I'll be in on the Greg Doss /DJ Squid show. Thursday night you'll find me in there with The Dean and Rhyme. And I don't know what the topics are going to be, but I'm sure they're going to be some doozy because these guys have come across a lot of stuff this week. But we'll see you guys then. Y'all have a good night. Take care. Peace.